We're in Dubai right now with the Mr. Tone Vays. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for the people that don't know?
Sure. Well, always a pleasure seeing you again. Our paths keep crossing. I have a YouTube channel in the current crypto space, mostly about Bitcoin, almost always. And I just try to educate people similar to yourself. Just came off of an event, Understanding Bitcoin, where we educated people on how to set up wallets, hardware wallets, phone wallets, how to use Lightning, how to protect their keys, how to use some of the more advanced features like Liquid to build your tokens if you're interested in that. Also how to run a node, how to run your own personal server. And it's all about education. I'm more known in the space as the price predictor guy. I did come from the traditional Wall Street environment, and I still educate people on how to be traders and be responsible for their own trading decisions. I don't run any groups. I don't manage other people's money. It's hard enough to manage your own money, but I do want people to be responsible traders, and if they can learn it from me, I would be happier than them learning it from someone else.
Awesome. So you have videos for beginners, intermediate users, and I want to ask you about the Financial Summit. So people who want to take it to the next level, can you tell us a little bit about the Financial Summit and how somebody would get involved with that?
Sure. The Financial Summit is more like a financial retreat. It's not a conference, there's no speakers, but it's a group of approximately 40 people involved in trading from all sides, mostly young traders, money managers, hedge funds, family offices that get to network in a secluded 5-6 day environment. We do have the conference room. Some people show their strategies as well. And this is where young traders meet some of the more advanced funds that could provide them technological resources, coding resources, capital resources to take their strategies to the next level. But it's not designed for the very, very beginner. A beginner can certainly come as a boot camp on becoming a better trader. But these events are designed for the already partially successful person in finance, which is why the event is on the more expensive side. To keep everyone thinks they have an amazing winning trading strategy, and then they can barely afford flip-flops. And we want to avoid that. We don't sell any snake oil. Whenever someone does register, and it's basically they're just signing up for an expensive room, I just want to make sure that, look, if you only have $15,000 left to your name, and if you think spending $10,000 of it is on this event to then be successful, this is not an event for you. This is really to take your trading, investing, understanding to the next level. High net worth individuals come, potentially meet a young trader that they trust to start their family office. A trader could meet a developer. They can start working together. Exchanges like to send a representative because getting one of these funds or a very high volume trader is better than meeting a bunch of random people at some little event. And of course, the crypto YouTubers love it when they're in the area. So we're going to have a lot of them as well.
Okay, awesome. Looking forward to that. So you said that people know you as your price predictions. Let's get into some Bitcoin talk. Do you think we will break all-time highs in Q4? And if so, can you give us some sort of price prediction?
Well, all-time high I think was broken today.
Wow.
Last I checked, it was 62.5, and I haven't checked the price in the last couple of hours, so we could be all the way at 70. The question is, will we break that $100,000 barrier at the end of this year? And my answer is, you're not going to like it. The answer is maybe, but we're going to come close. So I think we're going to be close to 100,000. Whether we break it or not, by the day, by midnight, December 31st is almost irrelevant. If we're in that $90,000 area with trajectory into Q1, then it doesn't matter. But if we top out in the mid-80s range in, say, mid-November, then we could be going down into Q1 and we'll just miss it. But I think we will break that $100,000 barrier either in late Q4 or early Q1 next year.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question, and that's, generally bull markets have kind of ended Q4, November, December. Do you see this as the same, or do you think we're going to keep trending, as you said, into Q1, Q2? And why do you think? Why do you think we might be continuing into 2022 and not like we did in 2017 or 2013?
Sure. So it's not only about price, it's also about time. So we've already had a couple of examples of Bitcoin topping in December, both 2013 and 2017, like you just said, but they had ridiculous exponential rises throughout the prior few months. We have not seen that yet, and November is around the corner. So of course, if Bitcoin is gonna move from 60,000 here in October to 180,000 by December, then absolutely, that is going to be the top. We're gonna start going down and potentially go down for a year. But if we're slow and steady from 60,000 to 100,000, with Bitcoin not even doubling in price in Q4 of this year, then it can certainly keep going throughout the majority of 2022. I think this bull market is only getting started, but again, started based on price, started based on time. The time is tricky depending on when you feel the bull market started. Many people feel bull market started in December, in like January 2019, when price bounced off of 3,000. Personally, I feel the bull market started with the crash of COVID. So for me, it's March 2020. So if it's March 2020, then based on time, and I'm a big fan of time, guys, time is just as important. If you're like me and you think the bull market started in March of 2020, then we still have 8-9 months of the bull market to go. If you feel that the bull market started a year and change earlier, then based on time, your bull market could potentially be coming to an end. And now we gauge the price. If the price goes up really quickly, then it's over. Yeah. But if the price is going up reasonably based on percentage terms, then we can be going up the entire 2022.
Okay, awesome. So I asked you this in 2019 in Toronto, and you were spot on. And I was asking because there's people calling tops in every market all the time, and people were worried about traditional markets pulling back. And I asked, how would Bitcoin handle a huge market crash, or traditional markets pulling back? And we saw that huge COVID.
Didn't handle it well, did it?
It didn't handle it well, and that's what you said. You said in the last market crash, gold actually took a huge beating as well, but it actually made a comeback quicker than most assets. So we saw Bitcoin explode and break all-time highs after the COVID crash. So if we see a traditional market pullback, do you think Bitcoin can separate itself, or do you think it'll act in a way like it did in March?
I think this time it will actually separate itself. Just this past week, when Bitcoin was dropping, when the stock market was dropping just this past week, and it looked like the stock market could have topped, I remained bullish Bitcoin. I did see it a little bit different this time, and El Salvador has a lot to do with that. The El Salvador, the ETF news that's coming in, the announcements out of the United States government. They want to monitor your $600 transactions. They want to start taxing unrealized capital gains. It's all starting to add up. And more corporations are starting to buy into Bitcoin. Countries are not only it's not El Salvador adopting Bitcoin. And this is another thing I tried to explain when I've been talking about for 5 years about the Eurozone breaking up the euro eventually, not by choice. Economically, it's going to happen. It's not going to be the first country that breaks off the euro that's going to drive Bitcoin up, though it's too late for those people. Yeah. It's going to be the neighboring countries' speculation that it can happen there. Yeah. It's not El Salvador driving the price of Bitcoin up. It's people watching El Salvador thinking that who is next? They just did it. Is it going to be Brazil? Is it going to be Argentina? Is it going to be Paraguay, right? Not only the people in those countries like, hey, my country might adopt Bitcoin next month. I need to learn it now. I want to be the first one. I want to start that first business. So it's the speculation of who is next. And that is what's driving the price of Bitcoin up.
Awesome. I love to hear that. So you're the best person and resource to learn all about Bitcoin. So could you just tell us one more time where we can find you?
Sure. You can find me on the web as Tone Vays, ToneVays. Check out the YouTube channel. I post my price views on it almost daily. And also check out the events and conferences I host around the world. Unconfiscatable is an event in Vegas. Understanding Bitcoin, which is what I'm wearing. We're trying to bring that around the world. First one was in Malta. We're definitely coming back to Malta. We did it here in Dubai last week. I hope you enjoyed it very much. And bringing that one around. And also financial summits, those tight groups for traders and investors.
Thank you for your time, Tones. We'll definitely run into you at one of your other events in another country. Thank you.
Thank you.